Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. I'm Jay and joining me today is Natty Warisa.
Oh, hi guys, I didn't see you there.
Not using the coffee culture mug. Absolutely atrocious behavior. Welcome to everyone. It is Tuesday morning. I don't know why, but I feel like it's Thursday already.
Is it because time flies when you're having fun with your co-anchor?
Sure. Okay. Let's just go with that, shall we? Welcome to all the viewers. It's a great day here in Bangkok. It's quite sunny today. And the reason, before anyone asks, I'm not wearing my usual shirt is because me and Natty are about to go out. So right after this episode, we're doing a new show called Vox Pop, which literally means voice of the people. We're going to go out onto the streets of Bangkok and try to get expats, tourists, foreign people living in Thailand, as well as Thai people, and get their opinions on various subjects. Now, we asked some of our viewers yesterday in the community some questions, and they've come up with some topics that they'd like to be answered. So stay tuned for that. That show should be coming out hopefully today if we're prompt and quick at editing, if not maximum by tomorrow. Before we start the show, Natty, a quick thank you to Don S. and Bobby McLean for being Thaiger members. Aren't you happy they're Thaiger members?
Yes, I'm very happy. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you indeed. And of course, Coffee Culture and their new Sit and Stay blend, which is chocolate-infused coffee. Why are you not using your mug, by the way? You've got lipstick all over
Yes,
the mug.
I do. We need to clean this a little bit.
How dare you? How dare you? But yes, thank you to Coffee Culture. The Sit and Stay blend with chocolate-infused ground coffee, which is actually very yummy. I have tasted it and I like it. It's probably my favorite one so far.
Oh, really? I like the honey one, the honey roasted one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that one's good.
Yeah, I'm a chocolate boy, clearly. But yes, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for supporting us. And the topics we're going to be talking about today is restrictions ease for New Year's countdown. Now, the CCSA and the Prime Minister have had a meeting and they've decided that New Year's is a special day. So they've eased some restrictions, mainly allowing alcohol to be consumed past midnight until 1 a.m. Airlines Association have asked the government for a visa waiver for tourists coming into Thailand. And lastly, Japan has donated trains to Thailand because that's what Thailand needs, more trains. But they're used as well.
Yep.
Interesting. All right, let's move on to our first and main topic that everyone should or possibly is interested in, which is regarding New Year's. Natty, big plans for New Year's?
Oh, no, I'll probably most likely stay at home. Yeah,
sure.
I'm a little bit boring.
Sure you will. You'll stay at home. Let's just pretend like that's real.
Are you going somewhere?
I hope to, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's New Year's.
Okay.
Come on, Natty.
I'm old. I go and sleep early.
Yeah. No one's going to believe a word you just said. You lie. All right. New Year's countdown festivities will be allowed to take place while the consumption of alcohol drinks will be permitted until 1 a.m. on January the 1st. So you can actually have a nice glass of champagne,
Wow.
Natty, a jug of beer, or a bottle of wine, whatever fancies your boat. You can have that past midnight. You can celebrate looking into the new year with your alcoholic beverage. As many people were worried they wouldn't be able to, you now can. And the CCSA meeting with the Prime Minister, like I said earlier, they're calling this the so-called COVID-free setting, the COVID-free setting measure. And they've also stressed, of course, that the Thais need to be vaccinated before taking part in any New Year countdown activities, and this should start around December 27th. Everyone should get their vaccine shots as quickly as possible. That is what the Prime Minister has said. You've got your vaccine shot?
Yes, I got 2 doses already, so I'm protected.
I've also got my vaccine shot. We're protected, so we can actually go participate in the New Year festivities. Hooray! And hopefully all the viewers, so can you, depending on where you're coming from. Stay safe, but as always, enjoy yourselves at the same time. The meeting also decided to allow consumption of alcohol drinks in restaurants nationwide. So you don't necessarily have to be at a party place. You could be in a fancy restaurant, a normal restaurant, your local restaurant, and
Bakeries?
enjoy. And bakeries serving alcohol. Yeah, you can enjoy it on your New Year's Day, wherever you want to be. That is coming straight from the Public Health Ministry. And also, under the resolution, eateries in all 77 provinces will be allowed to serve alcoholic drinks to customers during the New Year's countdown. For events that have more than 1,000 people, yes, of course, there's some regulations. You need to follow them. You can find more detailed information at thetiger.com. But yes, that is the main news. Are you excited for New Year's now?
I am super excited. Maybe I'll stay up a little bit.
But Nadi, let me ask you, do you think this is going to be a major point for a lot of people?
I think if tourists were planning to come to Thailand for that specific reason, I think time's running out, so they better book their flights very quickly. But I think it'll help stimulate the restaurants and hotels for sure, like even within domestic territories. Yeah.
I think it will definitely help domestically and the people who are already here. But like you said, like, are people going to go online and start booking their ticket to Thailand? It's a bit late, no?
Yeah, it's a little bit late.
Yeah.
But it's a good New Year's present from the government to the local people. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, we'll take what we can get. All right. The CCSA on Monday also decided to end all maximum controlled red zones in 23 provinces effective from Thursday, which is tomorrow. All right. So, yep, that is the main big topic since yesterday, or the last 2 days, rather. So you can look forward to that. As for now, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we'll be talking about possible visa waivers that the government is being asked to do for tourists coming in, as well as trains. For anyone who's interested in trains, we have more of them now.
Choo-choo.
We'll be back right after this.
Find the coffee roast you love most. Coffee Culture delivers Thai coffee online. Whole beans or pre-ground delivered to your doorstep in Thailand. Go to coffeeculture.asia and get coffee you love delivered to your doorstep.
Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand. This is Nati Warisa, and I'm Jay. So, someone told me that I should always introduce the guests before I introduce myself.
Yeah.
And that's what I've done today.
Good job.
I hope you're proud of me, viewer who gave me constructive criticism. Thank you. Thank you to all the viewers who are joining us from various parts of the world. Darren Cook, L. Wandering, Toby Price, of course, Scott D. from Chicago. Hello, Scott. And all our members who've joined us. Kaj Storgard. Sorry, it's some of them are very difficult names for me. Anyways, let's get on with the show. Now, the second topic today, Natty, is visa waivers.
Ooh, exciting.
Exciting times. Well, it's not confirmed, so like anything in Thailand, everybody calm down until it actually, means something. The Airlines Association of Thailand, the AAT, is urging the government to consider implementing a visa waiver for international travelers to attract more demand as global competition is getting intense. Now, the pandemic is coming to, it's at a different, it's not at its peak anymore. A lot of the countries have now started to reopen. They've started to ease their restrictions. And now is the time where a lot of businesses in Thailand, a lot of organizations are coming out and asking the government, hey, this is the time to ease the restrictions or get rid of them completely. Let's be innovative. Let's give visa waivers. Let's get people into the country. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, especially now that things are slowly opening up. I think we should definitely encourage tourists to come rather than putting a lot of restrictions and regulations on them, right?
Yeah. Fair enough. คุณพุทธิพงษ์ประเสริฐทองอุโสถ I thought I did well there. Yeah. Bangkok Airways president and the AAT president, he went on in a, what's the word? He went on to say in a press conference, that's the one, he said further loosening of travel rules and costs such as visa fees or RT-PCR test will stir demand. And he's right. Now, if they do get rid of the RT-PCR test, if they do reduce the cost, of course, more people would likely want to come to Thailand. Will that actually happen? I believe the president is being maybe a bit too optimistic. Everything does take its time and is quite slow here in Thailand. Rightfully so. They're dealing with people's lives and trying to control disease that's killing people in the country. However, What do you think, Natty? It's easy to say that, oh, do this, and people will flood into the country, you know?
Yeah, it's all speculation, but one thing that I do agree with is that the PCR tests are very expensive to
Yes,
get, and
extremely.
if you have to have a visa to come to Thailand, and then on top of that another 2,000 baht to get a PCR test, and then I don't know, and then Shah hotels and all of that, it really adds up. Like those little things add up. So I don't know, ATK tests are over 90% accurate as well, and they do detect a lot of variants. So I think that's, I don't know, in my opinion, that's kind of sufficient.
Yeah, I think it's important as well that people in power or, you know, business leaders in Thailand do come out and speak about these concerns that most citizens and people living in Thailand do already have. Now, he further went on to say that visa exemption is a measure that will help increase the number of international tourists. Of course, he said that the waiting period for the hotel test and go scheme should also be shortened to let tourists continue their trips sooner, because there's nothing more annoying than arriving into a country and waiting for hours and hours before you can actually, you know,
Yeah.
go outside and continue your holiday. He also went on to say further loosening of restrictions will help enhance your competitiveness. And a lot of you who are watching the show might be like, yeah, of course, he's stating the obvious, but yeah, it is important for people in power to come out and say these things and ask the governments to do this so that at least they have it on record, you know, so the government can't go back and say, oh, we didn't know about it, or we came up with it ourselves, or whatever it is. It would be great to see Thailand prosper again. It would be great to see the economy go up again. And even though these statements or these ideas might seem something that we've been talking about for months, hopefully they actually happen and take place.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. All right. And the last topic for today we're going to be talking about is trains. Now, we've been talking about Hua Lamphong, the main train station, you know, shutting down, the union fighting against it, outrage from the people, make a museum. But Thailand's got more trains now.
Yes, it does. As of yesterday, sorry, my voice is cracking up. So as of yesterday, 17 secondhand diesel locomotive trains that were donated by Japan or Japanese Hokkaido Railway Company or JR Hokkaido has arrived in Thailand. Hooray? Question mark. Now, of course, there's going to be transportation fees to get these trains here, in which allegedly the SRT had to pay 42.5 million baht to ship the trains here. Now, some officials are making the argument that even though these trains are 40 years old, they're very well maintained by the Japanese and are in pristine conditions. And if the trains were to be purchased brand new, all 17 trains collectively would have cost around 560 million baht. So in their heads, they're doing a justification of the cost analysis that, oh, they're actually getting a good deal. Now, we're going about these trains. They're planning to use the 17 bogies or trains for another 50 years, which will push these trains up to 100 years by the time they get retired, right? But before they use it, they're going to take these trains to the factory in Makassan to assess the conditions of the trains and possibly make upgrades and changes to them, which will take another 2 years. So effectively, we will be using these trains in 2023 to 2024, depending on how quickly they can complete the process. And these 17 trains will be used in 4 routes, which is Udon Thani, Nong Khai, Vientiane, which is Laos in the Isan area. The second route would be Nakhon Si Thammarat, Khon Kaen, which is also in the Isan northeastern area. The third one would be in Bangkok, Hua Hin, and Nong Khae, which is kind of going down south. And the fourth one will be used within the central provinces and nearby adjacent provinces. Now, there's a lot of controversies of people pointing out that why is it that the government seems to be okay purchasing military tanks firsthand, but these trains that people actually have to go about doing their daily lives, why is it secondhand? Because the tanks that the Royal Navy will be purchasing actually cost 398 million baht.
Each.
No, all collectively, all 3 of them is 398 million baht. But people are saying, when do we ever use these tanks? why are we spending too much money? Are we spending too much money? Question mark. And so there's a lot of controversy over these things, which
Which makes sense as well. We're happy people here. We don't fight with other countries.
yeah, we're quite peaceful.
When was the last time Thailand even had a war or
Yeah.
participated in one?
Yeah.
Oh well, that is something that only the government can answer. But hey, more trains.
More trains.
More trains. Sorry, not yet. In a couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right. That's it. Those are all the main topics for today. We're going to take another quick break and then take some live Q&A. We're about to, right after this episode, go out onto the streets and try to get some answers from people, get some thoughts of people for the upcoming New Year's, for whatever topics that you have told us to talk about yesterday in a questionnaire that we did. Not rather questionnaire, a question we asked, and you commented on some of the topics we should talk about. So yeah, here's your chance to ask us any question or answers. Here's your last chance to tell us what we should ask the people out on the streets. So let us know. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand. It's now time for the live Q&A.
Yay.
So let's ask a couple of a couple of questions from people. We've got Fahmi says something about Malaysia and Thailand fighting. Oh, we're good neighbors. He's saying Malaysia won't fight with Thailand. We're good neighbors. That's right, Fahmi. We love each other.
Yes.
We live and we love here in Thailand.
Yes. Kaj, a store guard, says, I'm coming to get married. Well, congratulations, Kaj.
Hey, congratulations, Kaj. Thaiger member. Thank you for also supporting the channel.
Actually, Thailand is a great destination to get married because I think compared to a lot of countries, the cost of getting married here is low and you get the luxury.
Yes.
Right? The luxury without the price tag. Yeah. Anyways, congrats.
Natty, you just love all the good things in life, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. A lot of fans of Natty.
Lots of strawberries.
Yeah,
Thank you, Fred.
Is that a compliment if someone says you look like a strawberry?
Actually, in Thai, there's a slang, strawberry.
Yes.
It's actually not a good term. If you're a strawberry, it means like you like to be nosy in someone else's.
You're also a liar, aren't you?
A liar. Yes.
Yeah.
Nosy and liar. But I know that you didn't mean that, so I'm cool with strawberries. I like strawberries.
Okay. Are these restrictions for the new year only or it's ongoing? Well, the easing of the restrictions is for the new year only. I believe right after the New Year's, it'll go back to the normal restrictions. So drinking until 1 a.m. and alcohol allowed in restaurants and for the New Year event will only be on that day as of right now.
Hey, Corey Smaglick says, Natty too white, fake much? Did you mean my face? I try to get a tan, but this is my natural color. Yeah.
I see.
Sorry if I'm too white.
When can we see Jay eat food that makes him uncomfortable again? Thank you, Chef Bushy. I guess that depends on Natty. However, Natty is doing a challenge this week. She's doing it tomorrow with Forrest Lee, so you can stay tuned for that. I don't know what they're up to, their usual Natty shenanigans, but yeah, you can look forward to that video coming out very soon.
Nathan Rowe says, morning, guys. Morning. Morris McGinty. Hey, Jay, when are you going to visit Isan?
I don't know. I don't have any friends or any family members or anyone I really know in Isan. But if I do go to Isan, I will definitely let the viewers know. I know we have a lot of viewers who actually live and work in Isan, so it would be great to, grab a couple of drinks or a lunch or a brunch, whatever people do in Isan. But yeah, I'd love to. I would really like to go there at least once. It's like on my Thailand bucket list of places I need to visit. It has amazing food anyways. Isan food is my favorite food in Thailand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, last question before we leave. the Thaiger should produce a food show highlighting local restaurants. Thank you for that, Richard Greenberg. We are in the works of doing those kind of vlogs that will be coming out in the future, as we are trying to expand into another channel as well as more videos and more presenters. We are in the works. We do work when we're not on this show. At least I do. Natty, I don't know. She goes back to her penthouse in the AC.
Oh, sure.
Fanning, having a person fan her.
Right.
All right, that's it.
right,
we've
yes.
got to go. So
Yes,
apologies
absolutely, we do.
for ending the show a bit earlier today. However, yes, we're going to go out on the streets and see what the people have to say. So stay tuned for that show coming out either today or tomorrow, but definitely this week. Vox Pop, Voice of the People. We're going to ask them questions that you've given us advice on. So, yep, that's it. That's it from me. Thank you, Nettie.
Thank you, Jay.
Right, and thank you to Jason pressing the buttons. Thank you, Shai. Thank you, Golf. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, everyone at the Thaiger team. But most importantly, thank you to all the viewers who watch us live every day. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you tomorrow.